Alright, so we have a Polaris 1995 today. We picked her up from a guy that said all it needs is a good carb cleaning, so we're gonna see how truthful that is and see if we can't get her running. So we're gonna see how this looks once we pop this off. So he's missing the cable that holds this up, so we're gonna just let her go all the way down. So it looks like we got the 500 here, twin cylinder, liquid cooled. Get the carbs down in there. Looks like get a free spark plug socket. We'll keep that. Get a battery. Looks like the electric starts. We'll just call that disabled. Extra belt here. So first thing we're going to do is get this carb box out and we'll go from there. I'm not sure how you guys all feel about the carb boxes, but I think it's better without them. So let me get this thing off quick and then we'll be back. We're back, and not only did I find a screwdriver, I found some gloves. Set that other carb aside, we'll put it right in the carb box. So again, just find that Phillips head right there. Little twist. Once you got that, just to help the boot. Oh. Some of that in there. Rock her back and forth a little bit. That boot don't want to give a little bit. There we go. Slides right out. Same thing with the throttle on this one. Looks pretty good. Washer on this one looks a little better than the other one. And once again, doesn't look too bad in there. Get your exact fitting wrenches for these chokes. That way you don't damage the brass. And we'll get this one off. Maybe this one will be a little better, but I'm not gonna doubt it. Not gonna think it is. There we go. Oh, there's not any brown stuff on it. Wonder if this one even works. But, so then you got both your carbs outside. I throw them inside the boot. Got your leftover napkin in there. You know, while you got the stuff out, you can get a good look. So this ain't looking too bad. Good sealant there. These still look like they're doing okay. Your throttle right there still moves fine. A little dirty, but nothing we can't fix. So we're gonna go inside here and start cleaning these up. Alright, now that we got the carbs out. We're in a little workshop. First thing that we're gonna do, get the bottom off. There's 4 screws on the bottom. Make sure not to strip them, just apply some pressure. And just like that, they come off. Like I said, some of these, if they're a little older, they're gonna be very rough to get off. Don't lose them because I don't know where you can get them if you do. There's number 2. But a lot of people are talking, don't do this, don't do that, don't mess with, you know, carbs, just take them in and get them fixed. I just learned to take them apart, utilize YouTube as you guys are doing right now, and you figure it out on your own. If you got the money to pay someone to do it for you, perfect, great. You can share some of that, I wouldn't mind, but I do not. So I do it myself. So I can get old sleds like this running and sell them to people that don't want to do the work. Alright, 4 screws are off. Give it a little bit of a wiggle. Ew. Haven't seen one like that. That is real bad. You see that? Holy cow. Yeah, this stuff is gelled and gunk. Ain't nothing gonna be. Look at it. Look at this. Just gonna see it. That is not what you want. So that's how that one looks. Holy cow! Let's see what this other one looks like. I'd say this guy was honest when he said all it needs is a good carb clean, because I think these have been. It's like this sand. Look at this gritty that's in this. You can see that it's just grit, like dust, sawdust. So explain why I didn't get it running when I tried pulling on it. But you guys don't gotta see that. But otherwise, gasket on these ones look okay. I say they look okay. I'm assuming if they're still there, they're not bad. Yeah, so I think we'll get these cleaned up and it's gonna fire up no problem. Yeah, these catchers on these are kind of interesting. Like I said, I haven't seen a carb that's got a catch on the bottom for your gas, because when it fills up, your gas fills up this part. So anything bad and all that gunk should be all in here. So I'm kind of interested to see what's in there. So let's pop this one apart. This is dry as can be. So this one's got nothing. But if you again you look in here, I mean it's just again look at that. Just grit. All that gunked up. It's 100% sand in here. You can see the pieces come out there. So all you gotta do is decide which can of carb cleaner you want to use. Just give her a little. Don't want to get any of this stuff in your eyes. We're going to just give her a quick spray down to get all this gunk off. If you look, I mean, just a quick spray gets most of that gunk out of there. But we're going to go pretty. Yeah. Pretty more in depth than just a quick spray. About 36 degrees. Heater's not on, so get your fingers a little interesting. Alright. Same thing. We're going to switch to my other X-Acto. Make sure you don't damage this. This is your main thing. So you just get her nice and tight. And a little unscrew that comes comes off. So you got your jet. This one's got a little thing that goes in as well. Give her a look down. Looks pretty good inside here. There's not a whole lot going on there. Float. Works. It's not sticking or stuck or nothing like that. So there's a couple of shots down here. Yep. She moving. Idle screw looks fine. So your idle screw, all the carbs got it. A little Phillips head on the side. I'll show you where it is when I put it in. Just determines how high of an idle you want your sled. So if it's struggling a little bit, sometimes that's all you gotta do. Some people are gonna say you gotta soak your carbs, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. I would say, yeah, if you got everything that you need for soaking your carbs and getting them done 100%. On the other hand, who's got time for that? I just want these things to run. Give this a little snug there. And I don't need them to do a whole lot else after that. Again, comes off in two. Sometimes you'll just have the one. Now this one's obviously a little dirtier than the other, so I'll get the old shop rig out for this one. And you just want to be careful not to damage nothing, but try to get some of this gunk off, because if you leave any of this gunk on here, that's all gonna get caught up in your gas lines and everything else that you're doing. So if you see any larger spots, oh yeah, you can just feel it in here. These sides are all gunked. Now the little sea foam can also fix. Again, this float, it's bouncing, it's pushing, depressing that little thing. Say good enough, but we got a little bit of that gunk gel on the back side here. Alright. A lot of people are going to watch this video and probably be like, yeah, you probably shouldn't do this, you probably shouldn't do that, but you know what? My sled's running. Seriously? Because if it was, you probably wouldn't be watching this video. Alright. On the bottom there, I want to get all this gunk inside this off as well, because this is where all your fuel is going to sit. So if your fuel's sitting and collecting this junk here, it's not gonna last very long. Look at that, it's gone. So we'll get a new one for that. Clip there, I'll pop this. Yeah, this is just shot, complete shot. So, I mean, look at that. Yeah, we'll get that stuff done, but I'll do a little bit more cleanup. Like I said, around these, I'll get that all cleaned up. I'll get these gas lines replaced, and then I'll be back with you. So, the only thing that I've really done, your main jet, clean that out, clean all the guts, make sure this is working, because that's your fuel shut off. Once your float's on your bottom fill up, depresses this, shuts the gas off so that way it doesn't overflow. So you want to make sure that's free flowing. You want to make sure your jets, this, all good to go. and basically just get them a little clean. So do that a little bit more in depth, and then we'll be back with you. Another thing I want to mention when you're cleaning out the bottoms of these, the boats, they got these little plastic pieces on these tips. When you're shaking them out and doing stuff like that, try not to lose them. They will come off. Just take a look at my other sled. I got a piece of wax taking the place now, and that's works for now, but just a thing to be cautious about, not to lose those. Alright, now that we got the carbs cleaned, all put back together, it's as easy as just plugging them in now. Just have them get into the boot. It's going to be a little bit of a struggle normally, but there's a, you got to get them in the boot past that line that you see there. So that one is in. You'll see on these carbs you got a line here. Inside the carb there's a little line there. So you just squeeze them in until you feel it go, until you feel it kind of fit. Sometimes easier said than done. That's okay. So see, it's kind of in, but not in all the way yet. Just keep working on her. There we go. Both are in nice and snug. Now I do the old, where did I put my screwdriver? If you remember the last time I lost it, I found it sitting in my pocket. Oh yeah. Give it the old, that ain't going anywhere. This one's in there pretty snug as it is. I don't have much of doubt. Probably could loosen that a little more. That's okay. These just slide back into their spot. And just make sure you don't cross. For the old X-Acto. All right. Throttles go back in. Eeny, meeny, miny, moe. These ones, you'll see there's a slip here. You'll find out real quick that they don't go in anywhere. They give them a little twist till they find it. Get this seal back in up around the top. Then you screw her down. You don't get no dirt or nothing on there. Same thing. There we go. Alright, so we got the new carbs on. A little bit of a fuel issue, but we got that figured out, so let's give her a couple pulls, see what she does. Alright, well, didn't start when I bought it. I got the carbs out, cleaned it all up, got rid of that sand and gunk inside. Fuel line issue, just need to get the fuel to the carbs. There's no primer on the unit because it's a older sled. So kind of primed it ourselves. Once it got some gas, took off pretty good. Hasn't ran in probably a couple of years, so we'll get it running around this year, but that's pretty much it. So that's how you get a carb clean. So go ahead and look on Facebook Marketplace. Find those sleds that just say carb clean. Take a gamble and make sure there's not a hole in the engine block or something like that. And then you just do a little bit of work yourself and you got yourself a sled. So yeah, thanks for watching.